Hey y'all! The following program is intended for mature adult audiences. Viewer discretion is advised. You have been warned. Thank you!
Hello, Jean here, voice of Drian on Flavored Enemy's Tales of Vitore podcast, to tell you about our website, flavoredenemy.com, where you can find links to our socials, Discord, Patreon, and our merch store, where you can find cool things like stickers, shirts, or Ghost has underwear for some reason. Don't worry about it, it's probably fine. You can check out all of these things at www.flavoredenemy.com. That's at www.flavoredenemy.com. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy this episode of Tales of Vitore.
Welcome back to Flavored Enemy, Tales of Vitore. Last we had left off with the Novatori. We had explored a interesting cave and recovered an interesting artifact, only to exit and be met with a very peculiar sight. A 7-foot-tall, leathery skin, hunched over looking creature at the table with the rest of the Fae. A skull-like helmet over his head, covering everything but his lower half of his jaw. Antlers protruding from it. On the lower half of his jaw you can see a lipless grin. Pointed teeth sharpened to a filed tip. And he had spoken to you.
Well, it took you all long enough.
What do y'all do?
Do I recognize the figure?
You can all roll me a religion check.
Religion?
Religion.
Man, if I had my D&D Beyond open, right?
Well,
It's a whole 8 for me.
there you go, Ziggy.
Ziggy?
18.
Hold on,
Okay.
I'm good. I still have to roll myself. Sorry about
You're
that.
good.
Ooh, 13. 17 actually.
Alright, Inoki?
It's a 10.
Alright. For those of you above 16, you recognize that this entity is a form that's taken on pretty commonly by the demon prince known as the Huntsman. Has a very close connection with the Fae and all the beings of Arcadia. And even the kings and queens of the courts know better than to disrespect the Huntsman. Rest of you all, this looks like a creepy monster that might eat you.
All right, I remember my upbringing. I give a proper bow, but I do not directly answer the huntsman, and I say, Devlin, what is all this?
Can I make an insight check on this figure?
Sure, go ahead.
I got a 0.
It is impossible to read the Huntsman, considering the fact that, his eyes are covered and he has no lips.
Interesting. I draw the Justice of Verdas.
Okay.
No, Jameson, put that away.
Zala gently puts her hand on Jameson and said, you might want to put that down.
Yeah, here, let me try something instead.
Need 'em?
Would you like some of my snackle box? I've got a couple pieces of fudge left. Very delicious.
Are you
If,
talking to Jameson or the creature?
The creature.
Ah,
if you all wouldn't mind, I'd like to just speak with you.
Jameson doesn't react to, or I don't react to anyone saying anything or trying to stop me. But the moment my blade is fully drawn, I am like locked down in fear. Like the only thing I have no idea what this is. With a 0, this thing is beyond my understanding.
I am happy to speak with you.
You notice, by the way, all of y'all, that Devlin has his head like bowed, not like in like a deep bow, like all the way bent at the waist, but like he has been put in a place of shut up, basically.
Ah. I'm
Um,
gonna follow Ziggy's lead and do a bow, not taking my eyes off of him, just listening.
Sala will also do that.
Okay.
Upon saying this, I will also give a bit of a bow.
Please, have a seat.
I will look at my friends, give an unsure thumbs up. No insight roll required. I am quite unsure, but I will approach and sort of hover crisscross applesauce at the table.
I'm just gonna take a seat and sort of mime to everyone else to do the same.
I'll stand.
If I were you, I would not eat anything from this table. But it is important that I speak to each of you.
Individually, that is?
No,
Okay.
as a whole.
Let us speak.
First, some of you seem unfamiliar with me, so I am the Huntsman, Demon Prince of the Great Hunt, father of lycanthropes.
Can I make a history check on that?
Yeah, sure.
Can Zala also make a history check?
Okay, that's a 7. I don't remember shit.
Can I also make a history check?
Sure, go ahead.
Oh, I got an 11.
Yeah, no, it's you. The name sounds familiar, but can't really place it.
This is the part where you all introduce yourselves. Has no one taught you manners?
Apologies. Most of the time this has happened, we have been familiar to the other party. You may call me Drian.
I'm called Ziggy.
Ooh, introductions? Hi, I'm Nito.
Jameson Krotosh.
Zala will politely nod in respect, say, I'm called Zala. Zala Shion.
It is good to meet you all. I wish it were under better circumstances. Perhaps a great hunt. But alas, I was the closest to bring you news. I am sure you are aware of the Auspicious's weakened state.
I'm gonna turn to Drian. Like, wasn't that the one that's in Tahiti?
The Auspicious is no longer in Tahiti as far as I'm aware. Yes, we are aware of the Auspicious's weakened state. What's happened?
It seems something released Doranzor, the Black Hawk Mage, from his prison.
Yes.
Is he that weird goo guy?
Is somebody else gonna answer the imbecile, or shall I?
Yes, Nito. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
the weird goo guy that stole Alex. And
And also, at the
Yeah,
mention of
we don't
Sweetie-
like him.
At the mention of Sweeties, I'll just put her head down.
He's not very nice at all.
as far as these are things that have been known.
Yes. I have been made aware of your mission.
Seems many have.
I do not plan on intervening, either for or against, but it is necessary for you to be made aware of things that are happening all around you. It would seem that certain events have caused damage, and it needs to be repaired. As such, I have been requested to come and invite you to a meeting in the Celestial Mountains about what to do with your mission and how you all may have been inadvertently responsible for Doranzor's release.
I just wanna make sure that I heard you correctly. The Celestial Mountains. Us. Are you sure that's wise?
Yes.
Just
It
gonna
is
like
the-
look at Nito and then look back at the husband.
Nito
Never
just
let-
smiles. He just smiles.
Can Zala roll a history check to see if she knows what the Celestial Mountains are?
I mean, you don't need to roll a history check for that. The Celestial Mountains is the realm of the gods. It's where the gods, the demons, and the serpents hold their meetings, and it's where most of them have their divine realms attached to it. It is the pinnacle, whereas the abyss is the pit.
Gotcha.
It is one of the few places where the truth can be discovered. So, I offer you this chance to go willingly, or I will have to report my failure, in which case someone will be dispatched to bring you there.
Oh, no. I don't think that'll be necessary. We'll go.
Yes. You honor us with the invitation.
It seems that the gods and the demons and the serpents, all of the Palinirum, want to weigh in on what should be done with your particular mission. So if I were you, come up with a good argument to do what you planned on doing. I will create this doorway and walk through it. The doorway will remain for 3 hours. You all must be through there within 3 hours. Well, except for your friend. It seems that the artisan has allowed them the stay of trial. Three hours.
Understood.
You see him create a doorway of interwrapping branches and a giant wooden door. And you see that he turns the handle, which looks like a coiled fox, and walk through, and then close the door behind him. Y'all do?
So just so we're on the same page here, we need to come up with a reason to tell a bunch of deities why we're somewhere.
Yeah. So how's our buddy doing now that the huntsman is gone? Is he still in the half bow position?
You see that that Devlin is kind of standing up and collecting his breath, and you get to see him grabbing a drink of water and stuff like that.
And the princess?
She is still sitting at the table, unmoving.
Okay. So we have to come up with justification for our plan, which means we need a plan.
We need a plan for our plan?
Well, right, so I don't remember how much I told you about what my mom and I talked about. But it's all in the journal. Okay. So here's the thing. We broke stuff. And by we, I mean my parents. And maybe this mission. We broke time. And we have to put it back. And there are 3 ways to do that. One of them is destroying everything to start over, and that's not viable. And the other is to get the anomalies to go back to wherever they're from, and that's not viable. And I'm going to look at Inoki for just the briefest of moments.
Do I clock that? Can I do a perception or insight check to...
Yeah, you can do a perception check.
Do I need to roll anything to...
It's a nat 20 for 24.
Yeah, you know what, Dran, why don't you roll a deception check with a disadvantage because you weren't really just trying to deceive?
Yeah, sure. I'm bad at this. That's a 7. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you clock it immediately, Nito.
I feel like that everybody's passive is higher than that. I feel like everybody sees me look at Inoki as they say anomalies need to be put back.
Just willfully oblivious.
Willfully oblivious. Delightful. which isn't super great because we know two of them, and like that would be bad. But we don't know the third one. We have no idea. Something related to Quincy. The other way is to gather all of the shards of eternity and remake the gates of eternity, which will stabilize the timeline and Vitore's connection to the greater universe. Which I think is the best plan. We just get those. We have 2 now, right?
How many do we need?
36?
That's a lot more than 2.
Yeah.
And this is our problem because
Apparently,
Because
the Palinurm made it a problem.
Because time is broken and Jormungandr can't keep fixing things?
it's not our fault. Time, your parents' fault. Shouldn't they be the ones to fix it?
Well, the sins of the father and whatnot.
Yes,
That's
well,
what
my...
that's what my godfather told me.
Who's your godfather?
Oh, he's an amazing guy. He's this chipmunk.
Nito.
Whose daughter lives outside of our house.
We have very limited time here.
Right. Sorry.
We can talk about.
His name's Vinny.
His name's Vinny.
I wish you were here right now. He'd be fun. He sounds fun.
Okay.
Hey, Nito. The Autumn Princess can look to you.
Yes, ma'am.
Could you do me a favor and be quiet for the rest of the time they're talking? Nito? Nito?
Hey, ma'am, I think this is Nito being quiet.
Thank you, Nito. Continue.
Right. So, my mom can't be here. Her being here breaks things more, and my father's a piece of junk in Alteris and doesn't care. So, I'm sorry, Inoki. I know this isn't really your fight, but this, if we don't fix it, then Vitore could be unmade. Like, it could be unwritten. We don't want that. Right? You live here.
It sounds like by virtue of being the ones who are able to get them, in a way. I mean, maybe there's others who can, but we have 2.
I recall my father used to say, those who have the ability to fix what needs mending should always fix what needs mending. He used to say this as he would weave cloth, as would my mother when she would fix books.
I mean, Ziggy, it's like I told you. The King of Steam has 7 himself.
Right.
That's an easy grab.
Well,
yeah. And
easy is a relative term, but I see where you're coming from.
And our counterparty is in Alteris right now.
Well, I mean, it sounds to me like you all might be able to cover more ground than you all think you can. And who knows, maybe this whole, Celestial Mountains stuff, you can figure out some more information about what kind of timeline you're looking at.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm
just concerned that we don't know the various Palinurm's opinions of our plans and exploits. We don't know who's pro and who's con.
We'll just have to. We're gonna have to find out when we get there.
Maybe.
Yeah. Sorry, Zala. Go ahead.
No, Zala was just going to look up for a second and ponder. I don't suppose. Well, this being the Feywild, is there any book or tome that could be available to us to tell us more about the deities that we're going to meet?
I mean, like theoretically, yeah, I'm sure
Don't
Zala,
have
but
time.
I think we're like what down to like 2 hours and 45 minutes now, right? Right, Dream?
Yes.
I just meant to skim it so that we at least know their names.
Oh,
But
yeah. I just feel like that's a lot to try to cram in that time, you know? Because then we have to go find the book, and then we'd have to like skim it, and each one of us would have to skim it, and that's like a whole thing where this time we should at least get on the same page here, right?
Are there rules to Celestia akin to the Feywild, to Arcadia, that we should know about?
Who are you asking?
I'm throwing this out generally, but I'm looking at Devlin.
I mean, just general stuff. I mean, same as you would in any court. Honor, making sure to be respectful.
Right, of course.
It is, if memory serves me correct, it is impossible to lie, knowingly lie, on the Celestial Mountains.
See, that's a good thing to know. Okay.
That's
Now,
a very good thing to know.
I will point this out. I will point this out that my ex-girlfriend, she pointed out that you could theoretically wipe your memory of a particular event, and you wouldn't be knowingly lying there. So that is something to think about. If you don't realize you're lying, then you're not tripped up by it.
I'm curious as to what you think we know.
I'm just throwing that out there, okay?
Right. Well, Drian, this is not to cast blame or anything, so please don't take it like that, but you and your family seem close to this, and I am willing to default to the plan that you believe is best, as I'm sure this all feels somewhat personal to you. I have been watching Arcadia melt into other planes of existence and vice versa, which I'm keen to stop, and I give Devlin a nod.
Yeah.
But, the situation as a whole is bigger than that.
Yes.
So.
And you already know, big bro. I got your back. Whatever you want, I'm in.
Right.
Devlin.
Yeah.
I would like you to assume that none of us have, or rather, few of us have had any true experience dealing with the court.
Mm-hmm.
So, proper etiquette.
Oh, you guys want an etiquette class?
I mean, not a very long one. Just obviously we can't lie, but
hey,
we both know I'm a C+ Cartesian at best, so maybe a review would be good.
Hey, Nito, come here real quick.
Whose talk is this from?
It's Devlin.
Nito will walk over.
All right, Nito, you're gonna play the role of the god here, okay? He kind of rotates Nito to sitting on the single chair.
Am I allowed to talk now?
Huh? Oh yeah. You're a god now. You can talk. It's fine.
Okay.
oh no.
Right.
He knows a god now.
Cower before me, mortals!
So, Ziggy, why don't you start us off? Approach.
After a moment's hesitation and begrudgment, I will approach Nito, and I'll give a lower bow than I usually do. And I will say, greetings, your omnipotence.
Eminence will do fine.
Eminence. All right, excellent. You can call me Ziggy Hi-Hat. Very nice to meet you. We are here to discuss our plan, which we hope you find suitable.
Well, Ziggy Hi-Hat, it is a pleasure to meet you as well. I am Nito, and I do wish to hear more of this plan.
All right, well,
All right,
just spitballing here.
it was very, very good, Ziggy. One particular thing, I guess it is kind of different than most courts. When you approach, it's important that you bow and say nothing until you are told to rise. Then you can speak.
I am rather quick on the jump.
Mr. Devlin, how do most Palinium feel about eye contact? Should we keep our head down, or do we bow and look at them?
Well, that's kind of Palinium by Palinium, if I'm being honest. Best bet would be to not make eye contact, as the ones who prefer that you make eye contact won't kill you for not making eye contact, but the ones who don't like you making eye contact will kill you for making eye contact.
I do prefer to stay alive.
It's just, something to think about.
I have a lot of things to think about.
There's no way we're the political half of the group, right?
Yeah, well, it seems like you're being made to be the political half of the group.
Oh boy.
God, I wish Tig was here. She's tall and has a gun.
On that note, everyone keep your stuff sheathed when we're up there, please. Jameson, buddy, I'm looking at you in particular.
Where's the fun?
Good point. Also Inoki.
I will. No, you go ahead, Ryan.
No, Zala, go ahead.
I've seen many a court in my time. Both my parents were often contracted to do things contracted to make or repair things, rather. They often forgot I was there as a kid watching. So I imagine this to treat this like a court of kings, shall we say? I think would that be correct?
Yeah. I mean, Court of Kings, except for you do not speak until you are told to rise.
Right, and our contact with royalty has been casual.
A bit casual?
Yeah.
So this is one of those don't speak until you're directly spoken to situations, I guess.
Yeah, like when you're just walking down any old road by yourself. Don't talk to people.
My old boss had that rule for a long time with me. I wasn't allowed to talk. And then he killed a guy in front of me, and then we talked a lot.
Nito? What you just said is terrifying.
Yeah, I just really want to hit it on home. We don't have any party members who are lifelong friends with the royalty that are up there, unlike here. And we have kind of lucked out in many ways here. So we need to be on our best behavior.
Perhaps we also should not talk of killing whatsoever while we are here.
That's a good point.
Okay.
Well, then should I just stay put?
I mean, it sounded like we
have to
need to
go.
go.
Everybody but Acacia needs to come with us.
Hey, Drian? So I was like... They said that we may have unwittingly released Darnzor, it sounds like we're trying to come up with defense for our plans for the gems, but that seemed like it was more important to them.
If we unwittingly released Darnzor, I don't know when that would have... I don't know when that would have happened. I don't know how we would have caused it. We met Darnzor with you.
Well, I mean, I was up there on that tower retrieving that gemstone and then he appeared out of nowhere. Did anyone like have any kind of contact with like creepy voices or like oozy monsters or big scary voodoo stuff before?
Nito just looks at Zala.
Wait, oozy monsters?
Just in general, like something that may have seemed small, but like could have potentially set something in motion.
I'm
also
Zala.
looking at Zala.
I did not. I just cast Find Familiar the night before, a few days before, and what I thought was an inkling appeared. An inkling I bonded to. What if it was not? And it would be a black ooze, as you say. Could summoning a creature of black ink have done anything to Darnton?
So like, I don't know, like, that seems kind of like something we need to talk about. Like, did anyone else have any contact with that gooey monster or like the voices? Like, cause like, I remember like that thing had like a very significantly noticeable voice. Is there anything that happened to any of us that was like that could have had something to do with it?
TM, did the voice I heard from the other entity in my session 0 sound familiar to that voice?
No, it did not.
I'm not going to say anything.
Okay, what about my session 0?
What about your session 0?
I heard a couple of voices in my session 0, and there were a couple of voices in the Dreaming Lands.
Yeah. One voice that popped up in your session 0 is the same voice that popped up in the Dreaming Lands, is the same voice that you heard coming out of Darn's.
I fully put my head in my hands. It's me. Of course it is. Of course it is.
It may have also been me. I'm beginning to suspect it may have been me.
Here's the plan with that. Here's what we're going with. I will take the consequences, whatever they may be, for accidentally releasing Daranzor. Whatever happens, find the shards and restore the gates. Please.
What do you mean, whatever happens?
We
You're
can't
not going to let
restore
them
it without
kill
you.
you for an accident?
We cannot stand up to the gods.
We've already stood up to
I
2.
will revise. We should not stand up to the gods.
I'm not going to let you die for nothing.
It's not nothing.
Likewise.
Daranzor
Agreed.
is one of the greatest threats Vitore has seen.
If we put him back where he came from, I'm sure it'll be forgiven. And
I mean,
we need you to help us do that so they can't kill you.
I mean, as stupid as it sounds, Nito does make a point. If you all came up with a plan on how to put Darnzor back in his prison, I'm sure the Palinarum would at least hear you out.
How would we do that? I don't even know how I let him out.
Well, I can tell you how he was put in the first time I was there.
I'm sorry, you were there?
Yeah?
Mm.
I mean, Ziggy, how long have you known me? My whole life, right? Your whole life, at least.
Yeah, I mean, you're older, so certainly my whole life.
Yeah, this has been about 4,000 or so years. 5,000
years. What an impossible amount of time. Okay.
Hey, Ziggy, how old are you?
I'm still young.
That's a rude question.
You're right. I apologize.
Okay. All right.
No worries.
How did Daranzor get put back the last time?
Well, they separated him from the spiraling black. Then they created this kind of contraption, 3 adventurers in the spiraling black. And then, after they separated him and they got it on, when he went to draw from it again, it kind of reversed the flow, pulling him back in there. And then they locked it by destroying the cairn that was attached to it.
Okay.
So, I've read about this in books. We just have to reverse the polarity
of the neutron flow. I guess.
I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
Okay.
I think you all might be. I think, remember correctly, I think you were telling me you all might be familiar with one of the adventurers who built the thing. His name's Reese. No.
Wait.
Cleese? No, it's Cleese.
Reese?
Clyde. Reese Cadigan. That was it.
Son of a bitch.
Truly.
That was in
Right.
character.
Drian, you shouldn't talk about yourself that way.
No, my mother is lovely.
I thought your mother was a river who abandoned you.
No, that was my father, who is not a river. My father, who is Reese Cadigan. Okay, so was this information ever written down?
Wait, hold on. You said you're Reese's kid?
I don't want to talk about it.
Would that make you Reese's Pieces?
You're fired, Nino.
No, don't! It's like, no, don't! That's all he begins to say. I see you say that.
Yeah, I mean, each one of the adventurers that was part of that group, they kept a big log of the thing. Let's see, there was
Fantastic. Then we can get it at Skyward.
Yeah, no, there was a Reese Cadigan. There was the Empress, who was one of them, and then
Which Empress? There's
and then there was
Eleonora?
Yeah, Empress Eleonora, and then there was who's the other one? Oh yeah, Verisk Silverscale.
Fantastic.
Would-
but it was written
Would I
down.
recognize any of those names?
What?
Reese Cadigan.
Would I recognize any of those names?
Empress Eleonora and Reese Cadigan for sure.
We met Empress Eleonora in session 0 or session 1.
Nito was shoving his mouth with pastries.
Yeah, of course he was. Okay, all right. But it was written down, right? So we can just just go to Skyward or Alteris.
Yeah. Or Spokestop.
Or Spokestop. Spokestop sounds nice.
Isn't that the city where all like the dead people live?
Are you judging dead people now, Nito?
No, I was just asking a question.
Nito, the dead people don't live.
Sorry, is that where the dead people unlive?
Sure. Yes. A lot of them.
That sounds fun.
But yeah, I mean, each one of them kept a documented record of the whole thing because it was like this huge thing
It
that happened.
was, yes. It's very bad.
And
How?
but if I remember correctly, the Empress cut off Daranzor from the Spiraling Black, and then Reese built a contraption, and then Verisk fought him all the way back into the Spiraling Black, so he called upon it again. He was sucked in.
Okay. Secondary question.
Yeah.
Here. What makes us think that that plan will work twice?
Well, I mean, I don't know, but if it worked the first time, right?
Okay, but
And
people
if you-
normally
the villains
learn.
I've read about.
Oh, yeah, but it's been like 4,000 years.
Yeah. And if it's anything like the villains that I read about and I've heard about in stories, they tend to not learn their lessons.
Nito?
They tend to have
Nito.
What's the word?
Real
What's the
life
word?
isn't stories.
Hubris. Hubris, that's the
to-
word.
Real life is nothing but stories.
I would like to point out that while Daranzor can be defeated outside of the Spiraling Black, he always comes back. The only time he was truly gone for a long period of time was when he was trapped within his domain.
Is there a way to destroy the Spiraling Black?
That I don't know.
Well, then that's a question we can ask the Palinirum.
That is the destruction of an entire reality. That's a big ask.
Well, it's that reality or his or ours.
Would destroying a plane of reality negatively affect other realities?
Absolutely, there's a cosmic balance of sorts. The only reason that it's balanced right now is because two were created within short spans of each other. Otherwise, they'd be out of balance. So, I mean, like, if you wanted to destroy this
We'd have to create one.
Yeah. Or destroy another.
Okay, so create one or destroy two. Fantastic. So we have
or just trap Daranzor without.
Or we just trap
blowing up
Daranzor
realities.
again. But if it's just going to lead to him coming back again in 4,000 years when somebody else, unwittingly lets him out.
But if we... Would that work? Is that like a Stephen Dolphin?
What if we build a better mousetrap, though? It's sealed tighter, or requires more steps to be opened, or something like that. Because if he was released purely by accident, then it...
I honestly, I have no idea. That doesn't mean it was...
Yeah, but, I mean, that must have been pretty easy to do if you could do it by accident. If we make it much more difficult for that process to be reversed, then it stands less of a chance that it happens again.
Who are you, and what have you done with our idiot?
I read a lot of books about this, heroes and stories, but there were some of my favorites that my father used to read to me. And a lot of the sailors would tell me some cool stories from time to time.
Nito and Demi, big fan of bedtime stories, huh?
I love a good bedtime story. That's why I'm writing my journal. It's a bunch of bedtime stories for my sister.
Aww.
That's incredibly darling of you. Okay.
That's very sweet.
So,
but I don't think we need an airtight plan because we're not going to make one in 3 hours.
That's correct. We have options now. So
I think we have, we have salient points that we can bring up. We know the last person. Sounds like you're not on great terms with Reese, but...
Oh, yeah, no. We're absolutely fine, me and Reese. Let's go to Alteris and...
Mm-hmm. Well, remember, you can't lie there, but we can say we know him.
Yes.
And have something to, work from there. Secondly,
sure do.
I don't know, in terms of resources, I mean, we have all these, I mean, I assume, from back when, we all first met, there was that room of people.
Yes.
Who I suppose were patrons for most of us. There's some level of responsibility there for them. I mean, they intended it as much as we did, but nonetheless, they started this stone. I'm having trouble remembering how I got here, but that's fine. Maybe we can pull resources from that crew as well.
We have connections. We have an idea of what we do, of what we can do, what our options are for both problems.
Right, and I think that's about as good as we're going to get in the span of time that we have.
Yes.
And I'd rather not keep them waiting until the last possible moment to boot.
I agree with that. Does anybody need anything from here before we go?
How much time has passed?
I
It's
need
been
to
about
use
30 minutes.
Oh, okay. So we still have 2.5 hours. Neil, you first.
I need to use the little boy's room. Is that around here?
Yeah,
a tree.
That's the forest. Just find a tree or a bush or something.
I don't. That's rude to the forest, though.
No, it helps it grow. It's good proteins.
All you gotta do is ask. I would like a...
Nita wanders off.
Excellent. I would like a brief private conversation with the princess, if it pleases your highness, before we go.
Absolutely. Please.
Ziggy, Drian, can I talk to you in private for a moment as well?
Wait, both of us or just Drian?
No, just Drian.
Yeah,
Just Drian.
Okay.
I can. Yeah, we can talk.
Because I have something I need to ask you.
Okay.
So, how can I assist you?
Well, princess, you very understandably asked for a moment of mine a while ago.
Yes.
And I happily, willingly gave it to you, of course, because I understand that it is rude not to, oblige when I can. However, I feel that the one that you took a liking to was kind of important, and so I would never ask for something in return for nothing, but I was hoping I could have that moment back in exchange for, when this is all over and all said and done, some of my time, if that sounds fair to you.
I offer a counter offer.
I'm listening.
The return of the moment which you gave to me in exchange for your betrothal to an individual of my choosing when you are retired from adventuring.
When I'm retired.
From adventuring.
From adventuring, of course. If I declare my days of adventuring over, then we can move forward with this. But not before then?
Informal and formal declarations of retiring of adventuring.
I see. I will bow. I agree.
Very well. Here, have your moment back. And she blows a singular maple leaf across the space between you two. As it hits the center of your forehead, the memory returns like a ripple in water.
Thank you, Your Highness. That was very understanding of you. I appreciate it.
I am nothing if not understanding.
Of course. I bow. That was all I wanted. So, I am now satisfied. Thank you.
Good. Glad. Oh, and, Ziggy.
Yes.
Be careful with this group of yours. Some of them are hiding things.
Thank you for the notification, Your Highness. I will be careful.
And she returns a curtsy to you as she heads off. Which is completely out of character, by the way. She never gives respect to anybody, actually.
I'm a little bewildered for a moment. I stand there, bow a second time in excess, and then return to the group.
All right, Dreen and Zala, good.
I guess we should we talk in the forest just for a moment in private?
Sure.
Or this will just take a moment. I promise. There's just one thing I need to mention. Is I was looking very down for this.
Okay.
I suspect you say you resurrected. You brought him out. I will make sure to try to help you because I think it may have been me. When I summoned Sweetie, I used the tattoo spell just before I went to bed. It took an hour. I don't remember what it did. Something strange. I don't remember completely. When I woke up and Sweetie was there.
Zala.
And then
I recognized Darenzor's voice on the tower. And from
But
the
he was
nightmare realm. And from my dream before I started the adventure. I don't think it was
that
you.
may be so. But he also absorbed. He took Sweetie. He absorbed her.
Also took Alex.
And I just suspect that even as you say, you heard his voice. I just think, why would a lock only that is this important have only one thing? There may have been multiple things that.
Maybe.
That's just what I was. So it just seems to me something maybe more at play here than one or even both, or even Alex. Something. It just seems something more. A lock that is several thousand years old does not just break. My mother always used to say when she was making books, age can cause destruction, but there always has to be a breaking trigger, and it's never just one thing.
Zala, I did not know that I was the child of a god until very recently. And having that lineage means that I do things with power that I did not know.
Understood.
Okay.
Understood. But once more,
Hey.
I don't think I'm alone in this. We don't want to see you sacrifice, so we'll do our best.
It will be what it will be. I'm
Alright.
certain it won't be any worse than what I've already lived through. Are we done?
Yes. And I'm sorry if this took a bit longer than we expected.
No, it's fine.
Hey, yeah, so Nito, that snackle box thing, right? But imagine it with different kinds of, like, arrowheads, right? Instead of snacks.
But I don't need arrows anymore.
No, like, yeah, I thought of one, right? So, remember that chap you were telling me about, that Quincy guy?
Yeah, the guy with the gun?
Yeah, you said he hunted a vampire.
That's what he said.
Well, yeah, but like that reminded me, like, wouldn't it be cool if like you can get like a glass blower, to blow a glass arrowhead, and like fill it with holy water, and then screw the arrow shaft in, and that way when you launched it across, it would shatter, causing glass to enter the wounds, and holy water damage on top of that.
But wouldn't that take time?
I mean, yeah, you'd have to like blow the glass beforehand. Like,
Ooh, what you could do is you could have like an arrow shaft that doesn't have a tip on it, but has like a little magnet on the end, and then all of the arrowheads have magnets on the end as well. So you could just kind of like dip it into the thing, and that way you wouldn't have to screw it.
Oh, what's a magnet?
It's this really sticky metal thing.
Sticky metal?
Yeah, like it's like two metals that when you put them next to each other, like they're really hard to break apart.
Yeah, I don't know about that. All my dad ever taught me how to do was fight, so I don't know about that kind of stuff.
Well, I, if you ever have some spare time, I could kind of tell you what I know. Volt taught me a little bit. He taught me a lot about ropes first, but then. Are you good at tying knots?
Oh, actually, yeah, I'm actually pretty good at tying knots.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, no. It's like I don't know. I just want. I'd like to learn new stuff outside of just fighting. You know, like Dream was telling me about like Boswell and
I
like
could teach you how to bake.
bake.
Yeah, like remember that little, like brown blackish square of food that I gave everybody at Fudge?
You mean the mud?
It's called fudge.
I'm pretty sure Nookie called it mud.
Well,
It's
called
definitely mud.
It's fudge. My mother bakes it, but she taught me how to bake it. It's when like you use like an oven to cook food. And it's really really delicious. And she gave me some of her recipes.
See, but how do you cook schlop with an oven?
You don't cook schlop. You cook delicious things.
I don't know that word.
Here, try this, and I'll get out like one of the gummy bears in my snackle box. And look here, just take a bite of this.
Ow, it hurts. Why does it hurt?
It's gummy. You have to like.
No, like it's. It tastes like it hurts my teeth.
Yeah, it's sour. It's a sour gummy bear.
This tastes nothing like schlop.
Nothing tastes like schlop. That's good. Here, try this. It's called pepperoni. It's a meat.
I think I've had enough adventuring with food for one day.
Okay, well.
Now, but if you ever want to learn how to skewer a pig while it's running really really fast, let me know. I got you.
Well, I'm more of the shooty person, but Oh,
hey Dream, you doing right?
I will be fine.
All right. Seems like we're getting ready to do this thing.
Yeah.
Damaris,
Yeah.
your hand there. It's looking a little heavy. Do you mind if I hold it for you? Take some of that weight off?
Nito.
My hand's fine. It was the same as my other hand.
Nito.
Yes,
I
Dream?
point at my eyes and I point at you. No.
I'm aware that we both have eyes, Drian. I'm not.
Nito.
I'm confused. What's going on here?
Stop it.
I don't. I think Drian's bragging that they have better eyesight than me, but
That's.
I don't think that's true.
I mean, Dream, you and I think we have the same eyes.
He's trying
don't
to
see
hit
very
on
well.
you, Damaris.
Do you want to fight? I'll
didn't
go
hit
right
her.
now.
I
You
didn't
wanna
hit her
me?
at all.
I'll hit you right now. Let's
I
go.
didn't hit
will
her at all. I
stab
don't know.
you.
Yeah, I don't know what Drian's talking about. I didn't hit you at all.
That's not what that phrase means.
That you said I was hitting her, and I did.
Hitting
Drian,
on.
I swear
you
I didn't.
are trying to make a relationship thing happen.
Yes, I'm trying to be friends with everybody here.
You don't hold
Hey.
everybody's hand, Nito.
All right. I am confused. What's going on?
So
I
some people
don't
have this
know.
thing with like showing affection for other people, but in like an extra way.
You're gonna have to go back. What's that word that you said?
Affection. It's when you care about someone more than just as their person.
You lost me.
It's very difficult to understand. I don't get it.
Here, I have an idea. Drian, kind of hold your arms out, like kind of wide a little bit, like you're trying to like grapple something that's really big.
I cross my arms across my chest. I know what a hug is, Nito, and you cannot hug me.
But Damaris, here, put your arms out like really big. I'm going to show you what affection is.
Don't.
Damaris opens her hands up.
And I just go and I give her a hug, and now you
Constitution saving throw.
gently close. Gently
Constitution
close.
saving throw. Constitution saving throw.
That's a 5.
All right.
She belly to belly suplexes me.
You immediately take one full level of exhaustion as you feel your entire body go numb as you see Damaris is now like arcing with electricity. Drian, you realize this is the polar opposite of what happens when you give someone a hug. As Damaris has just sucked all the electricity out of Nito.
That's fascinating.
How do you do exhaustion on D&D Beyond?
Damaris. Yours is backwards from mine.
I'll figure it out.
What?
You take
What's
you
backwards?
take electricity.
That's not what happens when you give someone a hug.
No, most people don't have zappy things that happen. Can I try something with you?
Sure.
I would like to give Damaris a hug.
Both of you balance out equally.
I'm gonna
as
cry.
you don't feel the electricity pulsing off.
Like, Dream is just gonna sob.
As Damaris just kind of pats you on the back of the head. Yeah, you okay?
No. I mean, I'll be fine. I let go. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, it's all good.
I'm leaning on the table and I look at Devlin. I'm gonna be like, "We're gonna die in there, huh?"
Is this affection?
Yes.
Yeah, you're gonna die in there.
Zala smiles at the warm seat in front of her, remembering her parents.
And she points back to Nito still laying on the floor. That's not affection?
Well, I mean, he tried.
I was like,
he tried. Can I... Ooh, is there anything I can do to help Nito?
Insight check, I guess? Medicine check. Yeah.
I have good medicine
22.
stats. What do you do?
I'm about to get defibrillated.
Nito just needs a little shock. A little.
I'm gonna hug Nito.
Alright, Nito, you're back up on your feet. With a little
happening
zap and a
again.
bolt.
Never happening again.
As Drian's hugging me, I pick him up and just do like a little spin.
Put me down.
I knew you liked me.
I
knew you liked me.
I really want to say you're wrong.
But hey, look, you can hug your sister, and both of you are fine.
Literally the only person in the entire world I can hug.
I'm sorry?
No, it's
Well,
great. I'm sorry. So the last time I hugged someone, they died. So maybe we move on. And I like push myself out of Nito's arms. Are we ready to go?
I mean,
Yeah.
Okay.
Should we how much time has passed at this point?
it's been about 45 minutes to an hour.
I would propose very gently that we all take one more short rest to get one last bit of rest before we go. Just because we do have extra time, so with you as well.
Sure. That seems fair. I need to talk to Damaris, actually. Damaris?
Yeah.
Short rest.
This might not be the best time, but Delilah?
Yeah. Youngest sister.
Youngest.
Oh, yeah. We have 2 brothers and a sister. There are more, but well, it's complicated.
Does that mean We have more, but it's complicated.
We are the only ones that Dad sees as alive. The rest are still in test tubes and cryopods and stuff like that. His failed projects is what he calls them. Sometimes Declan and I go down there and just, try talking to each of them. We know they can't hear us, but
How many are there?
14.
14.
Yeah. That's if you count DeMarco, but I'm the only one that does, so.
Who is DeMarco?
Oh, that's Father's most recent project. Younger than Delilah. Supposedly gonna be the one that replaces all of us.
You what?
Well, he graphed mine and Delilah and Declan and Delian's and your DNA together, spliced it all up, and used some other stuff, some kind of like Stereo technology and something called light in order to
Light?
put it all together and make this, I guess, perfect combination of all of us.
Okay. Damaris, do you know how he got my DNA? Like, enough of it that he could make 14?
She looks kind of ashamed right now.
Damaris, it's not your fault.
Yeah, it was.
How?
Well, I'm the oldest outside of you, right?
You now?
Dad cloned me, using what he took from you when you were a baby. And when I was old enough, he trained me and sent me out to well, he trained me and he sent me out to sometimes when you were sleeping, and it's my fault. It's my fault.
Maris, I want you to look at me.
Yeah.
Miss Cadigan did not give you a choice. This is not your fault. Okay?
Okay. I feel like your friends would really like our brothers and sister.
Yeah, they're they're pretty great. They don't care about all of this. And I just sort of gesture to myself.
You're lucky. It's not the same everywhere else.
I'm very aware that it's not the same everywhere else. This group and Avandra and Bogsborough are the only places where it's safe to exist. And even then. We'll deal with Reese one way or the other.
What does that mean?
I don't entirely know myself at the moment. There's mostly anger right now, and anger is not a good emotion to make decisions with.
With family. I mean, we're all family. That's our dad.
Blood doesn't mean anything, Damaris.
Oh. She's just going to walk away now and go lay down. Let me know when we're ready to go.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'll come get you when it's time to go.
I guess
y'all get your short rest.
Okay, that's a D8.
What do y'all do? As you all have 15 minutes before the door closes.
Let's go.
I am securing my snackle box, making sure that everything is in the right row, column, organized, and securing my weapons.
Okay.
If people don't mind, just in case there's something not awesome on the other side, I can take a decent swing, so I'll enter first.
I could go first.
Yeah, that's together.
During the
I'll use you as a shield.
Perfect.
You see Damaris grab her spear and her shield, throw her shield on her back, and walk towards the door with her spear.
Well, looks like we got marching order for the first three.
Sala, during the short rest, will discreetly switch out one of her tattoos for Find Familiar. And then stand near the door, but not like in line for it.
I'm gonna follow Damaris.
All right. Jameson, you're up at the front. Door's closed, but still there. What are you doing?
I'm striding through.
All right, so you open the door and stride through. As you do, you are greeted to a scene of this giant, astronomically huge plaza with stairs going all over the place. You can see mountain peaks all around you. Stairs leading to every which way. In addition to that, you see to your right a large poster board, it looks like, where you can see a listing of all the locations on the Celestial Mountains, and where how to get there. All around you, there's winged individuals fluttering around. There's horned individuals walking and disappearing with a pop of smoke. There's snake-like individuals slithering across the ground. Clouds floating through the air. Pegasi flapping through the skies. All around you, there's something interesting to see. What do y'all do?
I immediately pull out my journal and I start writing everything that I'm saying about this place.
Okay.
Is there anything that looks like it
Yeah.
would indicate where we're supposed to go?
There is the giant poster board with all of the locations.
Okay. Do we remember where we were told to go? Were we told to go somewhere specific?
You weren't.
I find it hard to believe that they won't know that we're here. So maybe someone will come get us.
Nito is just walking forward in a straight line, like looking around and just writing everything.
Okay. You bump into a small, like, floating cupcake. It's tiny, like a small little cupcake with blue wrapper and pink frosting and a pink/red cherry on top.
Nito, don't eat.
My deepest apologies. I didn't see you there.
Oh, that's all right.
As you see the cupcake turn around and wave.
Hi.
Hello. My name's Nito.
Oh, hi.
Hi. We're not from here, but we're supposed to meet a bunch of people here.
Oh.
Where do you know where we would go to, like, meet a bunch of, like, important people?
Well, it depends. Which kind of important people you're talking about? Oh, by the way, sorry, my name's Little Debbie.
Hi, Deb. Is it like a full Little Debbie, or can I just call you Debbie?
No, like, it has to be Little Debbie.
Okay, Little Debbie. Well, like I said, I'm Nito. It's great to meet you. We're supposed to give a proposal on our plan to do something to a bunch of Palanirum, I guess.
Oh, okay. So are you looking for the Palanirum of Vitore then?
Yes, Vitore, yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you'll see that there's a lot of different kind of gods and divine beings up here. So you have to be specific about which ones you want to talk to.
I will make a note of that. Thank you very much.
Yeah, of course. So if you see that staircase over there that leads to that peak that's kind of way off in the distance over there.
She kind of points it out.
Ooh, that's very far away.
Yeah, that's the peak for the Vitorans. You have to go that way, climb the stairs all the way up, and that's where the meeting place for the Vitoran gods are.
How many steps are there?
If I remember correctly, I think it's one for every year that the world has been around.
That's so many. So wait, like every time that there's a year that goes by on Vitore, does like a new stair get made?
Yeah, the peak gets higher.
Oh.
If you see, that one's over there is mine.
Oh, wow.
You
Wait,
see,
yours.
you point to it, and you see there's a sign that says "Consumerist America."
How tall is the staircase?
What? I've never heard of America? I've never heard of that place. That
Oh, yeah, it's really fun.
maybe I'll come and visit someday.
Oh,
And you're like a deity there, a god, a goddess.
I'm the goddess of sugar.
Oh, I love sugar. It's so delicious. Well, I appreciate your helpfulness, but me and my friends really have to get going. We're kind of on a tight schedule.
Of course.
And I'll just wave everybody.
Oh, and yeah, just pay no mind to that blue and yellow guy. He's been kicked out.
You
The
see
one in the overalls?
No. That blue and yellow one that's like looks kind of like a broken cassette tape.
What's a cassette tape?
Oh, don't worry about it. Like I said, he's been kicked out. Anyways,
Right.
have fun.
Hi.
Bye.
Well, friends, we have to go over that way. That's our mountain, apparently.
Well, let's hop too.
Indeed.
I prefer to walk. I'm not going to hop all the way there.
I don't think we're bound
Don't worry,
by
we
words
don't need to do
here.
that anymore.
I mean, I think
Anyways,
Yeah.
I'm gonna fly.
you have fun flying. I'm gonna walk.
For some reason, Drain, when you say you have fun flying, it comes out all jarbled. It makes no sense.
It makes no sense to the rest of us or to
To anyone.
just Drain Team.
What?
Drian, you're speaking some like gobbledygook.
What?
Well, hello,
No, I'm
Drian.
not. I'm speaking common.
I don't understand what. Does anybody
Well,
speak this
hold on.
language?
I may be able to. Drian, Zella holds up her hand. Permission to link with you?
No.
She points.
I think that was a yes.
Shake my head.
You get all jarbled up again, Nito. So now that you can't be understood.
Oh, I see. So it seems that sarcasm can perhaps be taken as lying, would be my guess. As in, you didn't really want me to have fun flying. Perhaps.
Oh,
Just gonna sigh and walk up the steps.
that
What-
doesn't seem good.
Zella will gently ask you.
Does that come out normal when I say that?
Yeah, that comes out normal.
Zella will gently ask Ziggy, we were told not to lie here. Is that what happens when we try? That you just can't speak?
To
Apparently,
be honest, this was my first time here, but that seems to be the case. That's just my going theory.
yeah, it
let me
seems to
see.
come out unintelligible.
I really prefer to be called Zildjian rather than Ziggy.
It comes
Oh.
out all jarbled.
Haha, you sound funny.
That's an affirmative.
Understood. I imagine it's the best lie detector in real time that there is at that point.
Yeah.
If anyone listening can just tell if you're lying by if you are making sense at all,
Right.
then instantly they know.
But we were warned that it had to be intentional,
Well,
right?
Yes.
Sarcasm.
Or knowingly.
Sarcasm is
Knowingly.
intentional. That was my bad.
Right. No, I mean, I wasn't offended. I'm known to do it as well. But maybe you have a point about flying, and I'm going to go sit on Jameson's shoulder.
This is good knowledge to have before we go visit the Palmam. So
You start walking up the 8,000 plus stairs.
Is there any way we can avoid walking up these stairs? Like,
Yeah,
Not at all.
I look around for an escalator.
Nope. That's on me. That's on the consumerist America side.
Are there
Okay.
Fuck, of course there would be.
are there any places to rest on the staircase, or is it just the straight staircase?
It's a
I
straight
wonder if
staircase.
we can
Are there
get
handles on the
higher.
side, or is this like at least a super wide staircase?
No, it's like about a 6-foot wide staircase.
It's unfortunate you can't all sit on Jameson. I mean, look at those calves.
Very small. It is a shame.
We should probably.
I'm walking.
Do we want to hold on, Dream, before we go? Do we want to tie ourselves together in case one of us slips? This is not a very wide
It's
staircase.
6 feet wide. That's fairly large.
But what if there's a big wind gust or something happens, something falls?
And we all die. Be over this
What happens if you die in the Celestial Mountains?
You die in real life?
You die?
Wait, is this another dream thing that's
Don't
happening?
I feel like tying ourselves together would be overly precautious. I think we just keep an eye on each other.
I would suggest walking at a brisk but not fast pace. This way we don't get tired out.
Right, I mean, it looks like the steps are probably big enough to take a seat if we, need to take a breather.
I believe you're right. Good?
Yeah, only one.
Alright. I'm gonna start walking. Climbing stairs.
Alright.
8,000 of them.
Alright. What are you guys doing while you're doing that?
I want to talk to Damaris again. She'll talk to me if I didn't royally make her mad at me.
Zella is just pondering as she looks at her fingertip that has formulated on what would happen if she did that. And feeling a pull of curiosity towards it though.
Mars is just not looking at you.
Mars, earlier, when I said blood doesn't mean anything,
It's fine. I get what you meant. We're good, Drian. Just let's focus on what we gotta do.
I don't think you do.
Drian, that's not important right now. What's important is figuring out what to do next. Okay?
Okay.
The mission's all that matters.
That's not true. People we care about matter too. And I do care about you.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Seven.
Yeah. Fine. Let's just get going, okay?
Okay.
So if we all live, it seems like I'm getting married.
What?
Yeah.
I feel like that should be expanded on. What do you mean?
That's about all I know. Alright, well... You see, the princess took a moment of my time that I rather wanted back. Time being memory and all. But I couldn't really talk about it in the moment, because I couldn't quite remember what I didn't remember, if that makes sense. But I was able to tell something was wrong. And so I asked her for it back. I offered my time in exchange, but instead she said, well, how about when you retire, you marry whoever I say you marry? And I said, okay.
Oh my god, are we gonna have like a royal wedding? Are you and the princess getting married?
I don't know. She said her choice. For all I know, that could be, like a forest hag.
What? Was the memory worth it?
I think so. Now that I have it. If you recall, I wasn't quite sure how I got here, and it's because what she took was, I suppose the day I got recruited into this. But it was also the adventure in which I became acquainted with Jameson. And another potential ally, and Alex. So, I'm glad to have it back. But it's a bizarre thing to be married but not married.
I wouldn't know.
Nito just nods.
Anyways, that's what's new with me. I just figure, we have to fill this time somehow.
Well, Ziggy, who are you hoping that she chooses?
That's a great question. I really haven't thought about it that much yet. Honestly, truly, that is sort of the antithesis of how I imagined the back half of my life. So, I'll have to think on that.
How did you imagine the back half of your life?
Well, death, glory, all that.
We don't want you to die.
Well, I don't want to die, but I'm just saying I thought, the adventuring would sort of be...
And also, I don't think death is like a half of it. Pretty sure death is like the end of it.
Yeah. In some sense. But, I don't know. It's interesting, sort of, inserting the idea of a quiet retirement where I just really thought I'd go out and adventure till I didn't.
At this point, do you guys realize you're about a quarter of the way up the stairs?
Wow, this is a long set of stairs.
Well, it's not about the adventures you don't go on. It's about the one you don't come back from.
Well,
and don't worry, if there's ever an adventure you don't come back from, I'll have it all written down here for the princess.
Sure you're not a bard?
I mean, come on. I mean, what is there after all this? There is nothing. It's
There's
this and
life,
there's nothing else.
Damaris.
There's the abyss. Or you could end up in Spokestad.
We might end up needing to go to Spokestad.
Oh, that sounds like so much fun. I have so many questions I want to ask the people there.
Yeah? What questions would you ask people of Spokestad?
Oh, goodness. I mean, about all the old stories I heard, like, are any of them true? Were they there? I would ask ghosts what they eat. I would ask the ghost for some ghost chicken to give the mummy guy.
I don't...
Oh my god, we could finally get food for your mummy friend.
He doesn't
have to go to Spokestad.
He's...
Everybody needs to eat, Drian.
No. Not everybody needs to eat. Some people don't consume food.
Yeah, there's this guy I know named Jackpot. Doesn't eat a single thing.
He just eats when you're not looking at that.
Metal people don't eat, as far as I'm aware.
Yeah, no, doesn't eat.
Why is he called Jackpot?
Nah, he just was originally built as like a gambling machine and was turned into what he is now.
What's gambling?
That's a discussion for another time. Alteris is a very different place in all this.
Do you prefer it? All this? Being one of the few people that can leave, I mean.
I miss my family. And she just continues walking.
Zella will gently hang back to Inoki and I guess Nikita, who are bringing up the beer.
Though I don't suppose any of us have talked about it, but if we make it to Skyward, what information would you all want to know?
Like any information?
Anything that's been written down.
Oh, that's a big question. I would want to know who Ziggy's gonna marry.
Think that's been written down yet?
Well,
don't.
maybe the princess could have put it in her diary, I guess. But,
Yeah,
I'd
maybe
like to
she
learn-
has like a secret crush on Ziggy.
that's, You think very optimistically, Nito, which I appreciate.
Thank you.
Very, very optimistic. Ito.
But, if there's something written down about how to touch the weave with music, I'd be interested in reading that. And also maybe just general how to play instruments that can actually make pitches instead of just whacking them.
If you want to practice with an instrument, my father gave me an ocarina before I left. You could give that a try sometime.
Who knows? I might.
Maybe we could even do like a duet thing, or we could like switch instruments too. That could be fun.
Sorry, my drum's for me.
That's fair.
I feel like it would also be very difficult for the size difference to play. Or are your drums such that they change? I just the logistics of you trading
actually-
weapons seems suspect.
That's fair. So actually, my little shield drum here, is the size of a nice frame drum for me. But for you, I guess like a nice little tambourine, something like that. I think that's what it originally was. But it's from a dear friend, so I prefer to keep it close.
All right. I think we're nearing the top of it, buddy.
Okay. Remember?
This is certainly going to be a
Yes,
thing.
avert your eyes, bow, don't speak until spoken to. You've got this, Vitore.
Indeed.
So, you see, there are concentric rings of seats. On the outside, you see 16 seats. The inner circle, you see 13. And on the innermost circle, you see 7. There is currently only one person in this room right now. You see a dark-skinned elf, pointy ears. You see she's got this kind of like glittering on her skin. These bright golden eyes. This flowing white gown. And has a golden sword across her back. Some of y'all would recognize her.
Is this a noble?
This is the noble.
Bow and avert my eyes.
I do the same.
I also do the same.
Likewise.
Welcome to our peak. You may rise.
Stand up, but still avert eyes.
Mm-hmm. Same.
Likewise.
The rest of the Palinarum shall be joining shortly. If you all wouldn't mind hopping on over to a seat in the very center there.
She points to the middle of the 7 seats in the middle in the interior ring, and you see that there's just like this oddly placed tavern table with enough seats for each of you at it.
Nod and then head over.
DM, about how tall is this woman?
She is about 8'4".
8'4". And I'm assuming very muscular.
Very, very muscular. Although it's hard to tell
Cool.
because of her flowing dress, but her arms are just so cut that you can see every single cut on the muscle.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
I would like to make it clear that my spear is in its amulet form.
Okay.
Yeah. Ziggy goes and sits on the table.
I sit in the chair.
Zella, very with a bit of a solemn air to her, goes to sit at the table. Yes.
Nito goes down, but before he sits down, he pulls out the chair for Damaris.
I'm capable of getting my seat myself, Nito.
Go grab a seat as far away from everyone else as
Nita will definitely take the occasional glance up at the noble, but will mostly look down.
It's been a while since I've seen you all. How is everyone?
Suppose we're as well as we can be.
You seem to be missing some of your friends.
We have lost a couple along the way.
I remember those days. Seems like so long ago.
Days of adventuring?
Oh, yes. Thousands of years ago, but yes, I was an adventurer once too.
So if you don't mind the prying questions. So you are a deity who ascended from being immortal.
Much like my brothers and sisters in Godwood.
All of you are that case. You are not around since creation.
Some of us are a little bit different than that, but yes, that is the majority.
Nita will raise his hand.
You don't need to raise your hand.
Apologies. Two questions. So, does that mean that one day maybe one of us could potentially be here? Um,
Oh,
and
I mean, yes, I suppose. I suppose that's something that's possible, but
and secondly, I must beg forgiveness. I don't remember meeting you earlier. My name's Nito, by the way.
Are you healing well?
sorry.
Um, apologies. Are you healing well?
I am. It's a bit uncouth of my fiance to, start things off like that, but well, such is love and war, huh?
I wouldn't know.
As far as your question, Nito, it is technically possible for mortals to ascend. However, such a thing has not happened, save for two individuals in the past 3,000 years. So if you want something to strive for, I suppose that is a little goal you can put on your to-do list.
Well,
Or your dream board, is that what they call it now?
well, I am trying to write a really good story for my sister, and that would be quite the ending, wouldn't it? Thank you for your answers.
I suppose you all have garnered yourself a good argument then. You see, most of the floor is divided already on what to do. It's gonna be your testimony that motivates a decision. Unprecedented moment, if I do say so myself.
And are you in favor of us?
Well, knowledge has only ever brought about injustice. If you think about it, the most peaceful and atom honesty with ourselves and with each other, without regard for material desire or jealousy, animosity, was when we were ignorant. Am I wrong?
I am gritting my teeth.
I have to stay quiet.
Zala is very deep in thought. It doesn't respond.
It is my belief that the information contained within Skyward should remain contained within Skyward. It is too much for anyone's hands and will cause endless strife and chaos. if even a morsel of it made it back to Vitore. My fiancé, on the other hand, thinks that this would be the best thing for Vitore. Let them take the bull by the horns, is what he says. Let him let them control their own destinies. Live life in the moment. It's just gross things, really. Just absolutely, like, if he wasn't insanely hot, I'd probably divorce him.
Nita just nods again.
But enough about my boring story. Are you all ready to get this party started?
Whenever the Palanir are ready to start, we are ready.
Of course. I'm going to head out to my seats now. Oh, and, don't mention the empty chairs. They get touchy about that.
I'm just gonna nod.
You see her head up to the back row and grab a seat in the farthest circle away. As you see beings start to appear. Puffs of black energy. A rambunctious sound of French horns. A splash of color, like paint on a canvas. A swirling, spinning flurry of rose petals. A fresh fallen snow coating on the ground as all the seats are slowly filled all around you. Except for 2 in the ring closest to you. 1 in the ring in the middle, and 1 in the ring in the back. All of them look humanoid, just very, very varying different kinds of humanoid. You see the one that is closest to you in a high-backed chair has this bushy white beard, this, sun-tanned skin, and slicked back, bushy white hair, and his ears are feathered with red, gold, and orange. He opens his eyes, you can see they're like 2 miniature suns blazing in his eyes.
Eyes down, everybody. Eyes down.
Welcome, Novatori. I am Solus, and it is me that you will be speaking to. Should anyone else in this group have anything that they'd like to say, they will bring it to my attention first. Novatori, for the sake of everyone here, could you all please take turns standing up and introducing yourself? Keep it short. We don't have much time.
I look at Durian.
I'm gonna stand. I'm going to bow, averting my eyes. My name is Drian. And then I'm gonna sit back down.
Thank you. Next.
I will stand up and I will do a very deep bow, keeping my head down. Nito Ademi of Cult. And then I will sit down.
Zala will. Oh, no, you can go first.
After you, Zana.
Zala will cautiously stand up, looking down, bowing to everyone, saying, Zala Shion. And she will tilt her head slightly so that the mark on her neck is visible before sitting back down.
I'll stand. Give a not scraping bow, but a polite, courtly bow. And I will keep my eyes down, but have my face up and outward. And I'll say, Ziggy Hi-Hat, at your service. Sit back down.
I'll stand, cross like a soldier salute, and bow while saying Jameson Crotosh.
On to contemplate not saying anything for a moment, out of spite. Or standing up, not making eye contact with anyone and saying, "You can call me Inoki. This, Nikita." I'm gonna sit back down.
Damara stands up. She bows deeply. I am Damaris Cadigan. She sits down.
Thank you. All of you. I do not wish to keep you for longer than it is necessary. However, it would seem that there are those in my court who have motives that run counterintuitive to each other, that, while being the way of the Palinirum, is causing a bit of an issue with someone that we had assisted in locking away. So, I would like to open the floor for you to explain how and why Darinzor, the Black Archmage, is free. If your answer to this question is that you do not know, then please elaborate on what you do.
Alright. I'm gonna stand if that seems like the appropriate thing to do. I don't know exactly what we did to cause Darinzor's reemergence. I do know that he spoke to me in my dreams before I left Foxborough, and that he once again spoke to me in the Dreaming Lands. And I did not realize until we were in Arcadia that these three voices are the same. The one from my dreams, the one from the Dreaming Lands, and the one Darinzor spoke to us with on the tower.
And what did he say to you? It's okay to summarize?
That the knowledge should be set free. DM, I do have to say I don't remember exactly, like Jean doesn't remember exactly which voice in the Dreaming Lands was Daranzor's.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't remember which thing that was said in the Dreaming Lands was Daranzor.
Okay. That's fine. Continue.
That's
Tell me what it is you can remember.
when when we entered the Dreaming Lands, we were met by an entity that we came to know as Gleetmane. We were
You hear a scoff. You hear a scoff from the back row.
and we were told that in order to leave, we had to exit through a certain cathedral. We traveled through the Dreaming Lands, where we were met with various hostile beings, including one disguised as a friend from Bogsborough, who told me I had forgotten my lantern before the lights went out, and we were attacked by starving vampires.
You see from the center, right behind Solus, a white-haired elven woman wearing purple and black armor, and her eyes like this deep bluish color, and with no iris, just the twinkling of stars littering her eyes. Kind of gestures to get Solus's attention.
I will pause.
Father, if I may ask a question.
By all means.
You say that you were spoken to. You say that this voice wanted you to free the knowledge. Is that what you want? Aside from everyone else's wishes, aside from responsibility or duty, aside from everything, save for you, is that what you want?
I believe that knowledge should not be denied to the seeker. And to live in ignorance is to live in fear.
You hear another scoff in the background.
Do I recognize the scoff as coming from the noble?
Yes, you do.
And when we live in fear, we act with our worst. We act our worst. We do the worst things when we are afraid and we do not understand. So I believe that yes, I would agree that knowledge should be set free.
So, you are in agreement that Darensor, the Black Archmage, Professor Reese Cadigan, King Marcus Demon, all these individuals should have access to all the stockpile of knowledge across all of Vitore.
I think when we seek knowledge, it is because we lack something within ourselves. I cannot speak for Darenzor or for Marcus Demon, but I understand that Reese Cadigan began his search for knowledge because of me, and not understanding how to handle someone like me.
Do you understand how destructive this knowledge would be in the hands of individuals like this?
At this point, Nito stands up, and he'll put a hand on Drian's shoulder. While true that this knowledge could be destructive, I believe that the great history of Vitore has shown that whenever one of these great evil rises, a greater force for good rises to oppose it. And I believe that is why this knowledge is necessary. To stop people who would misuse it.
You hear a clap come from the person on the farthest to your right, in the center of the ring, just like 3 claps, and then realizes he needs to stop clapping. As you see a looks kind of like of an eye with like sprinkles of green scales on the corners of the eyes, and like slicked back, like spiked back yellow hair that's like looks like it just got hit by a bolt of lightning.
Do I clock that this is my homie?
It's the Azade.
Yeah. I'll just give him like a little thumbs up.
And you see that Solus kind of looks to stop, and that's why he stops clapping.
And I will sit back down.
I will stand up, and I'll say, I understand that our purpose here is to answer questions, but I request permission to ask one.
You are granted this permission.
Thank you. Is it this room's main concern that Darensor is out and what we want to do about that, or about our mission to enter and learn about Skyward? What is the larger concern? I was under the impression that this was mostly about Darensor.
The woman to the right of Solus, she's older, maybe mid-50s, graying hair, bright purple eyes, and it's like kind of black lipstick on, and black robe that's like slowly and quietly draped over her shoulders. Stands up, doesn't even stop for Solus's permission, nothing.
We believe that they are connected. That Darensor is hoping to come back to full strength using your mission. And that allowing you to continue along. Some of us believe that would be giving Darlenzor exactly what he wants. The opportunity to bring himself back to full power. Where not even any of us could really truly stand up to him.
I see. Well, then I would like to offer information that I know, which is this strange merging of planes that we have to imagine is related to Darnzer's return, was occurring before the first time that we encountered the entity that is currently Darnzer on Vitore. So we do not know the direct cause, as Drian has correctly and honestly said.
Solus kind of speaks up.
So, do you mean to imply that perhaps there is a third situation that is elusive? Maybe an external force?
Perhaps I am just giving all the information that I know so that we can surmise things like this. And I'm going to hesitate for a second, but I'm going to decide now is as good a time as any. I also know that my friend here, and nod to Jameson, and I were warned by someone who wanted us on this journey that not everyone on this journey is seeking the library for the right reasons. I was also recently warned about the intentions of some of my comrades in the Feywild. So, while we are here in a place where we cannot lie, perhaps we get to the bottom of that, and some other connections can be drawn.
I can also say I was warned about integrity of this mission from the beginning.
See Solus kind of nod back to the back as you see Austin kind of shakily stand up. If I may be so bold, they have, in testimony for the Novatori, they have shown great courage, strength, honor. I believe that it is in the best interest of all of us here to at least hear them out and to, well, to not simply get wasted away on the details.
I forget the eye contact rule and just have my jaw drop and stare at Austin being there.
I'm going to smile slightly at the reference that Austin made and feel a little bit more comfortable.
You see that the woman behind Solus speaks up again. And if, let's say that this group here allows you to continue your mission, us as Palanirum are not allowed to interfere with events directly.
So what would be your solution to Darden's?
We have options. What was done in the past could be done again. Would mean speaking to those that were there originally, getting their notes, or going to Skyward and getting them from there. There is also the possibility of some more drastic measures being taken in the destruction or creation of planes.
Yes, I am aware of what you speak.
Jormungandr, off to the side, you can tell it's Jormungandr pretty easily from the very snake-like appearance he's taking right now, and his general just largeness.
And it is not something that we should just so easily dismiss. Maybe it is time for the end.
Apologies, Honored One. Could you clarify what you mean by the end in this case?
The end is what happens when all living are brought to Mahatsega. Vitore is crushed into stardust, and the souls are brought to an eternal resting place across the astral sea.
With all due respect, I would appreciate the opportunity for those of us afflicted with mortality to have the opportunity to avoid that fate.
No, of course. Yes, the Psyblade Queen has not been crowned yet, so it is not time. And
Solus kind of tries to cheer that back up.
then it seems like, unless you all have further things to add, it is time for our vote. For your knowledge, this first vote will be in regards to whether or not to disband your group and halt this excursion. This second vote will be about what to do with Jormungandr's mess. Do you all have any other evidence to bring to light?
I have one more bit of information to offer regarding the second vote.
Of course.
I am aware that a large part of the reason the timelines have been broken is the misdeeds of my parents.
Mm-hmm.
and I had the opportunity to speak with Strape.
I am aware.
Of course. There is... If we can restore the Gate of Eternity, we can help with the second issue.
And the schematic for the Gate of Eternity is located within Scotland, I presume.
That is the assumption, yes.
Well, then it seems to me that your plan consists of getting to Scotland, getting the schematic, freeing the knowledge for everyone to be able to access, repairing the Gates of Eternity, and then defeating Darzul, the Black Archmage. Did I miss something?
No, Your Eminence.
Well, if I may, we technically speaking don't have to defeat him, if I remember correctly. I believe previous adventurers sealed him away.
Yes.
That counts as a defeat, you know.
The technical defeat, you know.
Well, forgive me for my ignorance here, but about how long ago was this sealing?
4,133 years ago.
Right, 4,100. So, since then, I would assume that the esteemed deities gathered here have gotten stronger, have increased their numbers from the looks of it.
We are unable to intervene directly.
Correct, but you would have gained new knowledge that you will hopefully be willing to share with us depending on this vote, that we might seal him away better, that he doesn't get out as easily as he did this time.
I will leave that up to each individual Paladin. We can offer you this. Depending on this vote, we can sanction your journey, allowing for no more interference from any of us. Kind of gestures wildly, and you can see him eyeing from behind his head. And we can offer wisdom when it comes to methods you may be able to employ to stop Darzul. But we cannot intervene directly. As such, I will be calling to vote now.
I'm gonna bow and then sit back down.
All those in favor of disbanding the Vitore. You see 13 hands shoot up. Across the entire crowd. All those in favor of sanctioning their events and their quest to Skyward. There's a significantly larger portion of hands go up. The Vitore is sanctioned. As for our second
vote. All those in favor of unifying the divergent timeline. You notice all but one hand goes up. And that's Jormungandr.
Of course it is.
You can see that he is like, it's not even need a perception check or investigation check. You can see he is visibly fighting back tears right now. I'm sorry, brother. Verdict passed. The timelines will be unified. That is all. Any of you that wish to stay and speak with them, you may do so. Good day, Vitore. You see him burn up into cinders and disappear. Until only 3 Palanir remain. Austin, the noble, and the elf who was sitting behind Solus.
Zella will quietly sigh. I wish I'd been able to speak to him. She'll mutter very quietly to herself.
Yeah, Nita just looks at the spot where Theazade was sitting.
You have stayed behind, which means you have questions. Or statements?
Oh, I'll wait until they're done talking to you. I'm in no rush. You see Austin kind of hobbling down slowly.
Never mind. Want to help? I don't know if I'm allowed to.
Oh, hey, if it isn't my favorite disciple. I'm allowed to say that. I'm allowed to say that.
Your Grace, how should I address you in this place?
Yeah, you're fine. Ain't no one gonna smite you except for maybe old Grumpy Pants over there. And he gestures to the elf. Find him.
Is Austin too informal?
No, you're fine.
How are you doing, Austin?
Honestly, you know, I'm just kind of hungry. This place may be
I gesture to Nito.
Nito immediately wheels out the snackle box.
Well, this place may be paradise, but it doesn't have cheeseburgers, so.
What is the cheese?
I don't have that either, but I do have some gummy bears.
I gotta take you there sometime. You're gonna love it.
When this is over, I'll take you up on your offer.
Does he eat any of the snackle box?
Well, you know, Nito, those snacks look delicious. You know, maybe I can't be your hero today, but you can be mine.
Nito just openly weeps.
Nito.
And he kind of puts together a sandwich using the snacks. Kind of shows him.
Oh yeah, there's crackers, cheese, meat.
Oh,
yeah.
So good. Okay. So, long story short, summarize this pretty quick. Well, I was able to keep Darnzor off of everyone for a little while, but projecting an avatar down, it's nowhere near my usual power levels. So I wasn't able to do much. But I did slow him down a bit. Yes, he's going to need to recuperate for a while. So if I had to estimate based on his mana levels and his arcane abilities and recovery.
I'm taking notes.
And not to mention with
with the kind of
Someone.
climax of the spiraling black and the leak from there, and then there's the alignment of the moon, the shifting of the astral sea, and then I'd say you probably have about 3 months before he is strong enough to do
3
something.
months.
But you do have about 6 years before he's in his full power.
3 months before he does something, 6 months before it becomes incredibly, incredibly difficult.
Yeah, it's actually that's about accurate. Yeah, there's everything about that too. But I digress. I don't mean to get off topic. There's a bit of a turnabout.
Off topic is what we do.
Oh man, these snacks are delicious. Hey, Nito, ain't he a genius?
He is surprising.
Total ace.
I think he would fit right in.
So, what's up? What's up, hangout gang? What are we doing? What's your
well-
plan?
Continue. I have a question. Well, I have many questions. But what unifying the timelines? Why was Jormungandr upset? What does that mean for Jormungandr?
Oh well, that's a high Cumberland dilemma. Bit of a peanut butter conspiracy.
Oh, I have some peanut butter in the hidden compartment if you'd like some of that too.
Say, why don't we get drunk?
Austin, is now the time?
We've got 2 more people to talk to, Austin. I'm sorry, but maybe afterwards.
Yes, sorry. The wino and I know, but can't all be saxophones.
Austin, also,
Yes.
well, you didn't tell me you're essentially a god.
Oh, I mean,
You just let me out of jail. What's up with that?
just, bit of fun.
It was fun, fair enough. I have a second, I suppose, sorry, a little bit of a sidebar. I pull out my little wood whistle. Would this have worked here?
Maybe if you played the Ballad of Spider John.
I don't know that one.
I
Okay, just curious. I don't know if the toys you give me work on people of your
I'm
stature,
looking
I guess.
between Ziggy and
Well,
Austin,
not
going,
usually.
"What's happening here?"
Not usually. Usually you need a tin cup chalice or presents to send you. But can't all be nautical wheelers. Now, you had a question, Dren.
About Jormungandr.
And kicking it into second wind, huh? The captain and the kid. Anyways, yes. Jormungandr did not want to let go of that timeline. Something about the one that we're on now being too terrible. He's a bit of a softie, really. It's kind of sweet. Yeah. As much as he loves to preserve the proper timeline, he goes caring over certain individuals. Forgoes his dogma for them. Sees all the trouble and strife and agony they suffer through. Sees them having a happier, better life in a divergent timeline that could have been.
Well,
It's all big
yes.
rig.
Yeah.
Bit of Tampico trauma.
Alright. I'm gonna turn, like, looking at the floor. Noble? You had questions or statements for us?
Austin, are you done? Yes. If anyone needs me, you can find me in my domain. It's, well, head down to the plaza again and, say the auspicious. My door will appear.
Is that where the drinks will be?
No, absolutely. I've got a tiki bar.
All right.
We will try to stop by after this if we can.
No, all right. I'll be there. And you see him kind of lean back into a lawn chair that appears out of nowhere, and it just kind of glides downstairs.
Beautiful.
Drian, you need to learn how to do that. That would have made our trip up here so much easier.
I have a sudden and terrible realization about jackantlopes in this moment. Would that have worked?
Yes.
Okay. I know how we're getting down the stairs. Continuing to face the noble.
I wanted to apologize to you all. What I put you all through, it's a bit cruel. I am sure my ways don't make sense to you all. Justice is a very hard concept for people to grasp. So subjective. Depends on who you are, whether it's justice or injustice. Whether it's revenge. It's why my fiancé and I are so close. But that is a conversation for another time. I wanted to apologize because I realized that you all were placed into a situation that you did not understand and expected to make these grand choices and decisions. Expected to have wisdom beyond your years, knowledge beyond your limitedness, experience beyond your capabilities. Thrust into this that you were alone, and I am sorry that you were placed into this. And I hope that you can forgive me in understanding that I was acting in what I believed to be the best interest of Vitorians, for their justice, their peace, and their tranquility.
I appreciate the apology. However, do not think it is a necessary one.
Agreed. I think we'll only need that apology should we get killed by this whole ordeal.
Well, as a token of my apologies and to show my sincerity, I offer you this. She produces a singular gold coin. You can see her image stamped on both sides. She slides it over to you, Ziggy.
I will open my hand to accept.
Should you have been wronged, this will be your payback. And she just walks off without another word. You notice that the elven woman is still sitting in her chair.
Do any of us know who this is?
Make religion checks.
All of us? Oh, okay.
Sure. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
The whole 14.
By the way,
Nito
sorry
knows
for,
exactly who this is. He got a 5.
by the way, sorry for copying so much this session. Oh. Religion check, you said? Okay.
$14.
I got an 11.
No, none of you recognize who this is.
Apologies. I do not know your name or how to address you, but you have questions.
Huh. I am the Queen of Argenti. They call me the Quiet.
Listen,
Now it should click. Now it should click for everybody.
it's a pleasure to meet you.
I had a question. Yeah. With agony in your heart and passion in your blood. With fear in your eyes, sadness in your soul. A dichotomy. Light and dark. Inoki. Could I speak with you a moment?
Okay. My bear.
You see her produce a silver chair in front of her.
Where did you?
If the rest of you all could give us some privacy, I would appreciate it.
Quick bow, and I'm out of there.
Of course, Miss the Quiet. I'll bow and walk away.
I'm going
Zelda.
to look to Inoki. If you're sure.
Yeah.
I'm going to bow and leave.
Zala will slowly stand up tonight. I hope our friend is okay. No. She'll cut herself off. She won't say anything. She'll just bow and say, Please be careful. We'll be here. Call if you need us. And then and she's looking down very deep in thought as she walks away.
Jameson?
Stand, bow, leave. Nothing needs to be said by me.
Okay. You intrigue me, Inoki Zakaria. I have not seen a mortal like you in many, many years.
Not surprised. I've seen a mortal like either that I can remember.
How do you fare in the war against your own self? How do you handle the conflict between light and dark?
I don't. He mainly just for though. Yeah, let's just say that I just suffer.
I understand that. I see much of myself in you, Inoki Zakaria.
Oh, so.
A split. I am light and dark, twilight, shadow, evil and good. And the creator of life and the creator of death. A mother and a monster. How can I be all these things?
That's a really good question.
It is a question I feel like you asked yourself as much as I ask mine.
Me about every waking moment. Especially that bit about being a monster.
Well, sometimes the world needs monsters to fight monsters.
I guess if that's why I'm here, that's why I've suffered. Suppose I could fight a monster or two.
Well, if you're sure. And you see her wave her fingers intricately, like a smooth dance of her hands, as silvery mist pours out of her fingertips, intertwining with each other, until the mist solidifies into a chain, tiny and intricate, winding around into a bracelet, with a singular crescent moon chime on it. For you.
Oh.
Should you desire to draw on my power,
to fight the monsters as a monster, you need only speak its command word, the name of my home, Argenti.
I suppose it would be good to really have a purpose to this life.
I know. If there is any hope for me, you'll be the one to guide me to it. So take this and show them what monsters are made of.
I shall. Out and very shaking and grab the bracelet. Grab it on.
Okay.
Thank you. Your kindness.
Do not mistake. This is a gift of kindness. It is a burden of responsibility. And I am sorry. These monsters will continue to rise, but we must never give up the fight.
Stand.
I'll see you at the gates.
And she disappears with a puff of purple energy, leaving nothing but stars in her wake.
Stand there for it feels like an eternity, just assessing everything that just happened in short time. And to look down at Nikita.
You see Nikita just kind of looks ready to fight. Just kind of like doing that little grimace.
How we go find the others? So then.
And you all head to the stairs where you meet up with everybody else.
I'm gonna casually act like nothing happened and not make contact with the rest of the Novatory. Can we go now?
Well, I believe we had to visit Austin, didn't we?
Then let's go do that already.
Sounds good. I summon Jack and Lopes. What does a stair descending sled look like?
You see that it's just got a bunch of small insect legs on it that's just crawling down the stairs.
That's
as you guys ride on the back of the sled.
Nito just stares at Drian. This.
I am
was an
sorry,
option
I
the first
forgot
time.
about it. We had a lot on our minds.
You forgot about your giant
I have
magical
had them for
rabbits.
3 days, Nito.
I feel like that's something you would
feel
remember.
Like you've met Austin now, and so maybe you understand what a scatterbrain is. Let's go.
I don't think I've heard that word before. What's it mean?
It means when your attention is diverted into multiple.
Nito is just looking off elsewhere.
Oh. Did Nito's language get garbled because of the sarcasm? Freaking
No.
ridiculous. I get on the crawly bug. Let's go.
You all reach the bottom of the staircase eventually, and you reach the big plaza area. You are greeted by a very, very large were-rat with, for some reason, red shorts on.
Uh-huh. Hey, can anyone tell me which way to go for the Consumers
Point
to
at the
America?
escalator.
Oh, yeah, you're looking for the escalator over there. Say hi to the cupcake for us.
Sure thing, Will.
Right.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. Oh, what's your name, friend?
Oh, my name is E.
Right. Oh, pleasure to meet you, E.
I spelled that with like 9 E's, just so you know.
And you guys are in the plaza. What are you guys doing?
May be auspicious.
As you see a thatched door appears with a little surfboard sign on it that says "Now open."
You guys ready for the party of your lives?
I think I could use a drink.
Open the door.
You open the door and you're hit with a wave of fresh, salty sea air. You can see a beach strewn out above you, right in front of you. You can see that you are standing on a tiki bar with like a square bar in the center, and Austin is in the center, shaking a cocktail shaker. And you hear him say, "Oh, hey, it didn't take you all very long. Have a seat."
Hey, Austin.
The air smells faintly of coconut.
This is absolutely delightful.
Oh yeah, changes in latitudes and changes in attitudes.
Yeah.
What's a latitude?
It's a measurement of a sphere.
Can't you just use like a
Not
tape
when
measure?
the sphere is an entire plane. I can teach you about this if you want. I'm sure we could find a globe somewhere.
Yeah, I miss you so badly. Say, welcome to the Banana Republics. Care for a drink?
Oh, do you have bananas here?
I do.
Cool. Can I get a banana strawberry daiquiri?
Got you. And he just snaps his fingers and a drink appears. Right at the table.
Man.
Yeah. And how about a cowboy in the jungle for my friend over there? And he points at Jameson.
Oh, Quincy's not here.
Sorry?
Quincy is that cowboy friend of ours. Yes.
That's the name of a drink.
I don't follow.
Well, long story short, I am glad you all are here because I forgot to talk to you all about the gates.
Yes, I did want to know more about the gates.
Yes. Well, after you're done here, I'm going to be sending you to one.
Okay. Which one? Where is it? Details are important.
It's well, it's under the white wirewood tree.
I'm sorry?
In Douglas.
We... Okay.
To be fair, I did not know that this one existed until very recently.
Okay. Is the weird extra-dimensional thing still happening in Douglas?
Hey, Finns, slow down on that drink. You're gonna give yourself a brain freeze.
It's already gone.
Well, I guess I'll give you a dreamsicle. He snaps his fingers. Now, treat her like a lady. So,
What?
treat her like a lady, or you're going to be stranded on a sandbar.
I don't know what that means.
Boat drinks. Now, I don't know much about this gate, but I do know that it's been used recently. I also know that the shard is still embedded in it.
Okay.
And if I can sense it, do you know who else can? There it is.
So we have to go quickly. Can
Oh well, no, you're fine here.
excellent. So
Time
we can
doesn't pass here. And then you'll be sending the old man home. With coconut telegraph, incommunicado. So,
right. Gate. Douglas been used. Time doesn't pass here. Daranzur will definitely know about the shard being there, and we'll have to go back to where we started.
And now that the timeline's been unified, it's not in a bubble anymore.
It was in a bubble? That's the glimpse into the other timeline that we saw.
Yes, there was a divergent timeline. And, excuse me, sorry.
God bless you, Austin.
I blessed myself, actually. Well, where was I? Oh, yes,
It's been used. Daranzur's going to go there. Douglas isn't a bubble anymore.
Oh, yes, and then there was the other timeline.
There's only one.
Now, there's only one timeline, and, yes, unified is a strange way of putting it. It's more like it was just, ripped out and tossed into a shredder. But that is besides the point.
What does that mean for the people who are in the other timeline?
Oh, well, that's not my area of expertise. That's more a Realm Against thing.
Magic, not time.
Yes. But what I can tell you is that you'll have to be very careful with how you handle this particular situation. As far as I'm aware, the only other concentration of shards of eternity outside of the ones that the King of Steam has in possession are the ones that are located near Bosrai.
Oh.
In a Mon Teminar temple. There has not been accessed in
Well, the Mon Teminar seem to like me just fine.
Now, maybe it'll open for you.
What's Damaris doing while all of this is going down?
She is sharpening her spear.
Okay.
And not looking at any of you. Well, feel free to get some sleep. If you need a drink, just tap the bar and tell it what you want. I'm going to create a doorway here for you to head back to Douglas whenever you're ready. And
Yes?
Mr.
Auspicious, I did have a question, if you don't mind.
Whoa,
Um,
sure.
in private, a little bit.
Oh, oh,
Sorry, team.
no, sure. Sorry, I'm just feeling a little under the weather. Um, uh, yes, you see
Um,
him snap his fingers and everyone else freezes.
oh,
Yes,
you didn't have to do all that, but I,
it's easy.
I'm
What's up?
I made a friend recently.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know much about them, but I was just wondering. I was hoping maybe you knew them because they were kind of powerful. Do you know anything about an entity named Girex?
Oh, yes, I'm familiar with Garrix.
Yeah, I gave him some food, and he seemed like really excited.
Yes, that's kind of his thing.
Is he like a good person?
Well, I mean, that's subjective.
Is Do you think he would hurt my friends?
Um, well, that's tough to say.
I don't.
Not if you didn't want him to, I don't think.
Okay, I've just been.
He mainly hungers. As long as you give him something to eat, he'll be fine.
Well, I always have my snack box with me. I'm just worried. I don't know how much Drian has told you, but I've kind of been messing up a lot lately, and I don't want to put the first friends that I've really made ever.
Who is the greatest magician you know?
Oh, I don't really know too many magicians. I know a couple wizards.
Okay, who's the greatest wizard you know?
Um, well, I know Acacia does some really cool healing magic stuff. She brought Anoki back from the dead.
And does Acacia's spells sometimes not work?
Um, I don't know. Probably.
And Drian is a very capable fighter, right?
Yeah, very much so.
And does sometimes Drian miss with their attacks?
Well, we all miss from time to time.
So, you see then, none of us are incapable of messing up. We all do it. You just heard. Upstairs, gods, Palinirum, demons, serpents, all of us in disagreement, unsure of what to do. If we were always correct and right, why would we disagree? You may mess up from now and then, but what matters is what you choose to do after that. That's what truly matters. Not now, but the choices you will make.
But what if the choices I do make are the wrong ones?
The fact you're asking yourself that question now proves you're taking the right steps. But nobody can determine your path except for you.
That may not be true with some of the decisions that I've made.
Well, your path to your future may not be as straightforward as the dragonfish swims, but it will be okay. You just need to have faith in yourself.
It's hard to have faith in something that messes up all the time, but I'll try.
It's all we can do, Nito. Just try. Now, I'm going to unfreeze your friends now.
Yeah, they probably won't like being frozen.
Take care, and between you and me, hot Cheetos. Ask the bar.
And he snaps his fingers. And as soon as he snaps his fingers, everyone's unfrozen, and Austin is gone. And in his place is a door.
I need to go for a swim. Oh, but apparently you should ask the bar for some hot
I will not be
Cheetos.
doing that. I did that once. No. Anybody who likes spicy food, go for it.
So, is it okay if I join you for a swim meeting? I could use one too. Or
Well, I can't stop you, but
maybe
yeah,
separately then.
I kind of need to swim on my own for a little bit, and Nita will just take off, like get in the water and just like take off, like faster than you've ever seen.
Zella will look downtrodden, but then get a solemn look. So, are we in agreement to rest here, since time has no meaning? Or since time does not move here, I believe you said. Shall we take our long
Yes,
rest?
I think getting some sleep and hitting this problem with our best faculties is the right option.
There's something I'm going to do. I hope it doesn't cause a problem. Don't worry, I can do it while everyone rests. There's a new tattoo, or rather an old one, that I would try again. And Zala goes off a little bit ways, but not so far you can't see her, but just a bit away. Yeah.
Okay.
Siggy's lounging on the bar top eating some hot Cheetos. Hey, Drian.
Yeah.
So, is Austin the one that started you on this journey? You two seem to know each other.
I'm a cleric, and he's my god. And he's one of the reasons that I am who I am.
I see. He broke me and Jameson out of
You
jail.
know, that... Yep, that tracks. Why were you in
But I suppose
in jail?
when we were all at that... it was a bar fight. Nothing too big.
Especially tracks, Austin. It's an accused rapes.
Yeah. But I suppose... Did you know your god was sitting in on that meeting? When we met all of the various patrons coming together and making our two groups way back when? He was there. Did you know?
During the meeting.
I see.
I don't like new people. It's difficult for me to be around
Fair enough.
any new person, and that was an entire room full of new and very powerful people.
That room did have a certain pressure to it. Okay, that's fine. Is the Auspicious the one who warned you of some perhaps questionable intentions?
No.
Within our rank? Okay, well, he was the one that warned me.
Quincy and I were warned by Aurora. Memory serves.
It would be convenient if we could have a further conversation in a place where we can't lie, but it seems that the gates are calling.
And with that, we will jump over to Jameson real quick. Jameson, you're laying in bed, kind of sleeping a little bit later, trying to get caught up from Z's. And you're dreaming of a burning flame in the middle of darkness. You hear a voice as the flame burns.
What do I hear the voice saying?
Your time's come, Jameson. It is time to prove yourself as the primal flame. The spark. The ever-scorching inferno. Your friends will go to the gates, but you must hold the ground. Only you can do this. They are too weak, too cowardly. They will flee for their lives. But you must stand tall, or Douglas will fall.
What do I need to do?
Keep the Black Archmage at bay.
And that's where we're in tonight's session.